starting to go live. Waiting for confirmation that the YouTube's is live. You're live. All right, then we are hitting the intro. All right. Hey guys. I am here with Merlin.
Hi, I'm a Merlin. I feel appreciated here.
He says that till we go through the list.
Exactly.
uh so Merlin is going to be part of the show from now on.
Yep, I will be the co-host and I will be help producing.
And yeah, producing and helping with the lists that people will probably not like.
If you don't like it, you can file to my email, which I don't have, and I'll take a look at it. Send all complaints to the trash bin. Anyway.
Yeah, no, so what is this? The week going into May now?
Oh yeah,
And
May on Wednesday.
yeah, we got some fun
And
stuff.
unfortunately, this week there wasn't really a lot coming out this week.
No, it really isn't. Well, there is and there isn't. We found these are the ones we found more that caught our eye through the list of stuff coming out.
Yep.
Second,
Because there's always a lot of indie games out there and stuff like that, and
there's always something interesting popping.
plethora. I use a big word, plethora of small gaming games coming out.
Yeah,
but these are the ones that stick out the most.
I think a few of them aren't really small. I think two of them are fairly large.
Yeah, we got two big games. Two big games. One, I guess three really, because the one for the Switch.
Oh no, big as in like the developer wise. Because I think.
Oh yeah, developing wise, the first two games.
There's at least two games I know for a fact that are from big developers. Maybe a third, but I'm not positive myself on that one. Because the third one, I'm thinking it's a big one. Actually, the only reason I think that's because of the engine it uses.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. I think you're right about that. And as you see on the screen right now in the background, these are the games that are coming out. Give you an idea of the graphics and
graphics or I think mechanics to the game.
Yep.
There's small hints and tips. I believe Merlin's head is actually blocking the date for some of these games.
I'm blocking the boobs. I'm
just now seeing as I'm watching everything play out. You are
always in the way. I'm always in the way.
It actually kind of works out because then it's kind of like, hey, Merlin decided to hop in and he decided to sit right there,
right in front of the TV, so no one else can see.
We just need a wagging tail for you, so it's even better. It's like the occasional view is not blocked due to the tail.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I have selective hearing. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why it went away. Oh, I forgot to turn the loop on.
Oops.
So I think we're going to jump into the first one, which is right now showing.
Yeah, the first game that's coming out is Fade to Silence, which is coming out for the PC, PS4, and the Xbox One. Coming out on the 30th, which is tomorrow. Um, Basically, it's a survival game. You're in winter as a post-apocalyptic world, and basically you winter, blizzards, and all that stuff. And you have no supplies. You gotta get supplies so you can survive. And there's monsters along the way and everything else. But what makes this game really interesting is you will feel the elements. So if you get in the blizzard, you can't freeze to death. If you get wounded, you're gonna feel it. Your character's gonna feel it. So I think it gives a lot of realism to this game, and it makes it, I think, harder to play, which is always a good thing.
Not just
So
that,
yeah,
but I think each individual monster in the game has a different mechanic to their particular move set. Like there's
right.
one of the early monsters I'm looking at is Inner Voice. It apparently will occasionally from the distance kind of make noises to distract your happy butt.
Of course.
So I mean, I think they were trying to go for like the Winter Blizzard Dark Souls.
Yeah, which is kind of good. The territory is vast. Because I always like those type of games, and you will run into monsters, the Eldritch monsters, and of course the bad guys. Um, as it says down here in the last sentence, if you're caught by surprise with the blizzard, it takes every ounce of skill, determination, and luck to survive. So I like that aspect.
The fact that if you're not careful about prepping for a blizzard, you're just
You're done.
absolutely screwed.
Exactly, and I like that because now you have to make sure you have your supplies on you at all times. Do you have enough for shelter, food, water, and all that stuff?
I didn't know you were in this game, Merlin. I think I saw you getting spit up by a monster.
Yes, I was actually. That took 100 takes, but we finally got it right.
How many clones did you have to go through?
I went through about 75 clones because
Jesus.
I'm clumsy, so I wouldn't die right. I wouldn't get swallowed right. So yeah, so we had to go through a lot.
I think I like that in the trailer. It shows that one monster just upchuck a little
A
dog out
dog,
of.
yeah, I'll touch the dog.
It's like, oh, humans taste better than dog. Blah.
Which is good. So at least we know the dog doesn't die.
It's not cruel to the animals.
Yeah, exactly. So following that rule.
Yeah. You know what's fun about following rules is that there is no fantasy to the actual outcome of how the rules play out.
Yeah, I do like that aspect as well. Because like you do have like a fantasy setting, but there's rules within that setting that you have to follow,
Yeah.
which gives the realism to the games. And I think that's what the first two games really do off the bat. So that should be a fun game, Fade to Silence. I would definitely check it out. It's coming out tomorrow on all the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
I and if you are by chance wondering what PC version is it coming out on, um, it is on Steam.
There you go.
So if that is a determining factor, on their website when you go to look for retailers, Steam is an option to purchase from, as is Amazon. So I believe they put platform as PC with Steam because it may also be on the Epic Store if you don't have Steam, but they don't list the Epic Store at all. So
Right. We'll be mentioning them in a little bit.
we'll get to that.
There I
Shenanigans.
was. See me get spit out? Yeah. It makes it look
But
good.
another game coming out that was launched on PC and PlayStation is actually Final Fantasy XII. This little classic is actually a remake of the original. Well, not even a remake. I want to say it's pretty much an HD quality redux of
Yep.
the game, and technically is following the formula that was part of the Japanese version. So it doesn't have the same mechanics. They outright changed the leveling system. In the original, you had an open board where you put license points to skills, magics, weapons, and
Right.
armor. This one, they locked it all to a class. You could actually build a class character first, and
Which is
then
awesome.
then yeah, because I know in the original 12, I'm sitting there going, I don't know where to go with this because the whole board's open to me. So I would end up with, I want to say I had all my characters by the end of the game, pretty much with every single skill and ability.
Yeah, and they made sure you could do a lot of stuff in this game with jobs and that
That
sort of thing.
that is the one criticism I would give the game is the gambit system is very robotic. Well, the gambit system is a unique system to 12. It allows you to take the characters and your party members, and you can assign gambits. This would be like party members HP below 50%, cast Cure. Party member KO'd, cast Raise on them, and then you can set them to a prioritizing line.
Oh, okay.
And then you could do the same with like enemies. If you had say Libra on, which was an ability to see stats, weaknesses, and resistances, you can set the attack meter to like if it's weak to fire, cast fire. If it's weak to, if it has high attack, cast I want to not bravery, but there's a reverse version of it because every buff has a debuff version.
Right. Right.
So you could pretty much auto the whole game, and all you had to do is
Ah.
use your controller to just kind of. But you
Well,
had
some people,
to you had to buy those though. You couldn't just like start the game with all the gambits.
of course not.
So you couldn't
But
just run on
I know
auto.
some people just are not into like that sort of. I mean, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you should be into all the mechanics, no matter how small they are.
Yeah, and
But
I used it as a way to make sure that the people I wasn't controlling were not something I had to stop mid combat to go attack
yeah, exactly.
this, attack that, heal me.
it it looks so beautiful. It looks like a beautiful, typical Final Fantasy game.
hmm
It's coming out on Xbox One and Switch tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming out with Fade to Silence.
So awesome.
Yeah,
Yep. Tomorrow, two big games right off the bat.
and you know it's even better. I
What's that?
believe Switch is also getting an exclusive game tomorrow, isn't it, Merlin?
Well, not tomorrow, but on Thursday they are.
Oh, it's Thursday. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Thursday we have tabletop racing, world. If I can speak, world tour. This Nitro edition. So, and this game is just fun. It's just like so much fun.
It reminds me of Hot Wheels.
It does. I mean, I used to collect Hot Wheels when I was a kid, so this
I used
this
to
brings me back.
I used to take a brick to my Hot Wheels.
See,
Hey,
I used to collect Hot Wheels.
See, well, it's kind of hard when I was an impressionable child and we saw Jurassic Park and I took the cars and I wanted to make them look just like the car that T Rex mashed up. Don't judge me.
Well, so what we have here is we got 16 Ultra Cool. They're of course tiny little cars, engaged in combat racing like no other. Combat racing. That's a beautiful thing. Over
Say
30.
like no other, but from what I
I know.
noticed, it looks almost. The only difference I saw is that they have a shield power up that actually protects you from being hit by other abilities.
I'm sure you have to. I'm not sure how you get those mechanics. You must like run over them or get them after each race.
Or it
According
could
to. Oh,
built,
go ahead.
maybe it could be built into the car.
Yeah, could be. Maybe you have to purchase it or something like that. Um, what we have here it says over 30 tabletop racing tracks, 180 events. Of course, online, so it's multiplayer. It has 2 player split screen, 8 players online at a time, 9 unique gameplay modes, 32 tabletop race tracks, 8 themed, 4 circuits per location, 16 super cool, funny, upgradable, iconic miniature race cars. I think that's where you'll get the
The power up.
shields
Oh
and
wait,
stuff like
8
that.
cunning power up weapons
Yeah.
designed to attack and slow opponents to protect yourself.
And 6 unique
Nice.
weapon wheels as well to help you get an
Ooh,
edge.
wheels.
That's Yeah, so your wheel's going to be weaponized. I hope there's one where he just fires out bullets.
I would really love is just see the car do a little wheelie and you see the tires just pop off and just home in on the car in front of you. That would be an awesome ability.
Now it says here May 1st, but I think it is May 2nd. Sounds like the way it is. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
With Nintendo, it's actually a little bit different.
Of course, they have to be different.
Well, they do it because of competition, and
Yeah.
it makes sense. They usually pick the day that their competitors are not getting a game.
Well, we got 2 dates here, so I would say keep your eyes out on Wednesday, and if not, definitely Thursday will be out. And like I said, it looks like a fun game to play. Just so if you have nothing to do all day, you grab your friends and just race around killing each other.
Or if you got that friend that keeps telling you that I'm better at racing games than you.
And then you say prove it, and you blow his ass out of the sky.
So I believe we have approached our.
Ooh, yeah, this game.
Yeah, we've approached the closest to the sun, which
Yes, we have.
Merlin and I both have gone through this game, and we're not. It sounds interesting, but at the same time, we're skeptical of if you may or may not enjoy it because it's reminiscent to BioShock in the theme. It's based on the 1897 time period. So it's gonna have a little bit of clothing and the architectural designs based off of that time frame.
I mean, look, it's 1897, deep in international waters. What does that scream to you?
Um,
BioShock. And
I screamed BioShock, but it also screams a horror water game, or even like I don't even know, a dive game that like I'm gonna dive into the middle of the water. But
Right.
when you get further into it, it tells you that you're on a colossal, um, effigious. Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
effigies, colossal
Effigies.
effigies of gold. Yep.
Yeah, decorated with magnificent finery, stretch as far as the eye can see. You play a woman named Nicola Tess. Oh no,
No, you're a journalist, Rose Archer.
Rose Archer. But the game's architecture is based off of Nikola Tesla's vision.
Right. Which was supposed to serve as a safe haven
For the greatest
for all the scientific minds out there.
Yep. Now, note this game is a little different than Bioshock, being the fact that from looking at the gameplay features, they mention that you will not have a weapon.
I don't like that.
The only time I've ever seen no weapon come into nice little, workability is Subnautica.
Right.
But that was because he had something that gave you a knife. You still could technically defend yourself. But this game says you will not. The core mechanics are you need to solve puzzles, you need to hide.
And it's almost like you do, and it says you could use teamwork, so you could bring an ally in, which I think you would have to do with a game like this to try to stay alive.
I almost suspect it's either going to be a co-op game, because I honestly, going through the data, didn't see any references to multiplayer.
I would say co-op. It looks like a co-op game.
Well, no, it says co-op in the gameplay. It mentions co-op, I believe.
So I think it's gonna be like you and a buddy.
But I did not think. I don't think it's a human buddy.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I think what it's referencing is the fact that we are.
Oh, it could be totally solo.
Mm-hmm. It's a solo-based game because I have seen. I saw it earlier and I probably need more coffee to find it again, but I remember it saying co-op. But I think the co-op is referencing to the NPC character that will probably be helping you.
So this could be a one-player game. We don't have much details, just what they give us. But so it's either a co-op game where you play with one other person, or you have an NPC that's going to be your teammate to help you through. I mean, I hope it's co-op because I like co-op games because you and a buddy.
Yeah, because I mean, it literally says in one of the descriptions, nerve-inducing exploration, defenseless and weaponless. The keys to Rose's survival are running, hiding, and quick thinking.
Yep. And of course, you have to find out what happened on Tesla's ship.
Because your sister Ada is missing. Oh
Yes.
wait, is it? Do you think it's Ada from Resident Evil? She's always stealing shit. So
She got stuck in a time warp, got sent to 1897 on a ship.
dimensional time warp, sir. Because this is a whole.
Dimensional,
Because
yes.
if this is based off of steampunk kind of esque world, there's no steampunk esque to Resident Evil's world.
Ah, there you go.
Maybe this is someone's flight to fancy.
It
Someone's
could be.
wayward dream that they could bring her.
Maybe someone likes Ada so much that they can't let go.
I'm tempted to I'm tempted to Myriad something, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to bring about that level of singing into this. No. I'm gonna shut up.
Too early in the morning.
Yep, too early in the morning. Not enough coffee. Not enough coffee. So I think is that everything, Merlin, or are we? Am I missing something?
Yeah, we just got to do the game of the week. Our developer.
We gotta do that game that everyone wants to kind of see, right? I mean,
it's new game coming out. Coming from what was it? Tiny.
So we're gonna play a little GIF here for you to kind of get so we can get our papers together. Like
because without coffee, my brain is like all fuzzy.
Yeah, but at the same time, Merlin, I do believe this last game is intriguing because it's from a publisher who looks like they developed the game and they published another game previously that everyone's familiar with.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if anybody has heard this little game called Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, I mean that is a Tiny Build who published Hello Neighbor.
Yep.
Actually was part of the development process for this next game coming up.
Yeah, and that game actually got quite popular. That's about the same time that Roblox took off.
Yeah. Now this one is different. It's not story driven as much as it is a online multiplayer, but it has a few unique features that even I find for multiplayer very fascinating.
Yes. Also, Tall Boys was also helped Tiny build.
I think they are as well a develop. Yeah, this is the only game they've been involved in, so this is definitely an indie developer.
So there you go. And on this show, we want to talk about the indie developers and stuff like that. Because in a big pond, they need all the help they can get. So
every so often, if they make a game that will be kind of like this little drop of oh my.
Yeah, exactly, like Hello Neighbor was. So, what is this game, you might be wondering? Well, it's called Pandemic Express.
It's got zombies and it's got trains. So
what else you need to know? End of story.
well, you probably know that it's a multiplayer online game that involves, as it may sound, basically the goal is if you are not a zombie, is to get to the train.
And you said a key word.
Yes.
If you're not a zombie, what do you mean by that, Draco?
Well, apparently the way the game works is you have humans and zombie players. The zombie players have a unique feature that allows them to kill a player and convert them to a zombie. Zombie players are going to have a lot higher spawn rate than players are going to.
Right. Which makes sense.
And
because you got a swarm that's coming after you.
Oh, yeah, it's a swarm. And from what I've seen, there will be also this lovely feature of airdrops. I was seeing airdrops in one little video.
Nice.
Yeah.
And of course, that would have your weapons, standard weapons and stuff like that. Probably armor.
I have not seen any armor, actually.
Ah, so maybe it's just weapons then.
Yeah, but it does have a swim mechanic. Oh, dear Lord, the zombies can swim.
Oh, you guys are in trouble if you're not a zombie. Now, the only thing we don't know is if you could get back to being a human again.
I don't think you can. Oh wow, they showed fighting going on top of power lines. Nice. The
Yeah, you can basically fight anywhere you want.
Yeah. Well, you are getting to the train. And you have to get to the train first. Get on the train, and then ride the train out.
Yep, and then escape the train.
Yeah, you have to just keep on the train. There are vehicles. There are all sorts of movement to get you running to the location that you need to go.
Yep. And the good news for anybody who's really interested in this game, there's going to be early access.
It is in early access. It officially goes live on the 2nd of May.
Right. So this Thursday.
Yep.
But you can get early access to check the game out.
Yes, you can. I would say that I'm not a big fan of early access myself through bad experiences through other developers who've done it.
Right.
But I would trust Tiny Builds because they've shown that their early access is just a tease. It's not the whole game.
Right.
If we all remember Hello Neighbor was one stage as the early access game. When the full game came out, it was revealed to be a very big and massive.
Yeah, it was, and that game was so much fun. I love playing that game.
Yeah,
and this one is just a shooter game. Shoot 'em out. Avoid being a zombie. If you're a zombie, you get to have fun.
Oh yeah,
and it's fun all around.
Zombies get special abilities, and not like Left 4 Dead. No. You're not gonna have a liquor or, first thing, zombies can jump. Jumping's pretty high up. From what I've seen so far. Secondly, zombies do not get to have weapons, but zombies do get to have bombs.
Which is beautiful.
I know, right? An exploding zombie. That's just the last thing you need.
And their heads are flashlights.
Oh God! If you tell me you can't find what the zombies are, you're obvious.
You're blind.
You are not looking properly because they are the ones with the brightest flashlight.
Yeah, you didn't turn the game on apparently.
Yeah,
and you're just staring at a blank screen.
And there's hints that there's going to be NPC zombies because it says a player-controlled swarm.
So that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, but
brilliant.
Yeah,
definitely a game worth checking out when it comes out.
I think it's on my list to acquire, just so I can give it a good run, see if I like it or not.
And it's definitely it breaks up from your typical Fortnite games and all that. It's kind of a battle royale, but
yeah, I think what they do is they don't tell you who's going to be a zombie.
Right. So I think you have to be like the last player alive or something like that, I would gather.
Most of the stages from what I've seen is you have to actually ride the train out to the end of the track.
Which is pretty fun. So you're on a moving train or chasing a train. Zombies all around, like we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just really looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looked from the trailer I've gotten to get my information on. The show into today's show, it looks intriguing. And it is on Steam, so... And as far as I know, since Tiny Builds has launched it on Steam, it's probably going to end up being a exclusive to Steam for about 6 months to a year, and then it may go to console.
Wow.
Well, they did that with Hello Neighbor.
That's true. So yeah, that's all the games for this week. It was a short list, but let's go back. Fade to Silence and Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, both come out tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you have the World Tour not Tiny. I was about to say Tiny Builds.
Tabletop Racing.
Tabletop Racing, the Close to the Sun, and finally Pandemic Express.
Oh, one thing we didn't mention: Close to the Sun is going to be on Epic Store
only.
Not
even. It's not a console release either. It's just the Epic Store.
So be warned. And all those games are coming out on Thursday.
Yes.
So, not many games, but it looks like good quality games coming out.
Even the one on the Epic Store looks like it's going to be a good, interesting quality because it is using the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah.
And Yeah, that's our show. But I
Yep.
just want to let you guys know that this is going to be a show from now on. If
Mer-
there's anybody out there that's an indie game developer, let us know. We
d-
want to help you guys out.
do you mean indie? Because I could have swore I heard you say anti.
I think I said indie. I keep saying that for some reason. Indie. I don't know why.
You want them to be an Undyne developer, don't you?
I think so. I want to be the undead Merlin.
We can
But
arrange
yeah, so
that.
hey now, I already have Rogue to deal with. So yeah, this is what from now on every Monday we will give you the games coming out, and we're gonna highlight
And I
highlight a developer.
and I have Merlin here to make sure that I'm on top of things.
Yep, that's right. Even when I'm not on top of things, but I am on top of things.
Yep.
And with that, I think we're done.
I think we are. So everyone have a nice one and catch you all. If you
Next
catch
week.
next week or Wednesday when I'm streaming Digimon.
There you go.
So
See you guys
and
then. Have a good week.
and Merlin has his own channel.
Oh yes, that's right. Mondays and Wednesdays on YouTube called Titty Twister, which is on Cayman Frog
The Cayman and
YouTube channel.
Frog, yeah, YouTube, and the Gator and Frog, I think Twitch.
Yes, and Gator and Frog on Twitch. That's an N, not an. And Titty Twister is Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's basically a show about everything, anything, and nothing.